Hello and welcome to another video. So we're officially in August and I can now say that I just had my best trading month of not only 2025 but just my entire trading journey. And so July 2025 has been the best month and the most profitable month that I've had, and I am just really excited for what's to come because I am finally, staying profitable. And not only that, but I'm also just being very consistent with my trades. But I also want to hold myself accountable. So although I just had my best trading month, which was just now July 2025, I also just had my worst trading day today, August 1st. So kind of had this really great streak of wins and I was on a high. I was maybe a little bit too confident. I will say that's what I think it was, is that because these last 6 weeks I've been profitable every single week, I got myself into kind of this I don't know what to call it. It's almost like you're like, you know what? If I just did that, I could probably do more. And then you end up over risking. So my risk management wasn't where it needed to be. And I'm just holding myself accountable. Like I said, this channel is for you all to learn something too, but it's also a way for me to document my journey and the things that have been happening to me. So although I am very happy and excited and grateful that I just had the best month in my trading journey, I also am like, okay, it's August 1st and I just had my worst trading day ever. So kind of like a bittersweet moment to like see my account where it was and then lose some money today. But it's okay. I have to remind myself that one day and one bad trading day does not determine how I'm going to do the remainder of the year. So for anybody watching, if you've had the experience where you were doing really good and then all of a sudden you got too confident and then you lost money, yeah, your girl, we all go through it, okay? Your girl just went through that today and I am holding myself accountable. I'm probably going to journal about it later. And I'm going to make sure that I stick to my risk management and that I stay disciplined and consistent, and hopefully that doesn't happen again. But it was definitely a lesson. So let's talk about what the market did today. The reason why, and I don't want to justify why I lost money, but the reason why I did end up losing money was because there was some news again about the tariffs. And it did affect the market. We saw a lot of stocks kind of just drop. And then it tried to recover a little bit. But yeah, overall, the market did drop. And so if you were like me and you had contracts open that were expiring today, there is a chance that you lost some money. But yeah, the main stocks that I had and that I usually talk about and I still have on my watch list and I'm still going to continue to trade were NVIDIA, AMD, Palantir, SoFi, and then some of the ones that I don't trade as often but I've been watching is Apple. What was the other one? Apple and Robinhood were two that I had on my watch list. I just created a short kind of highlighting those that I just mentioned. And then the other one that kind of did me dirty was Tesla. And I'm not going to lie, I have been staying away from Tesla. I don't know if I'm a Tesla hater. I just don't like the volatility. I am not a fan of Elon. And so I usually just tend to stay away from Tesla. But I did make some really great trades just last week. So I was like, you know what, maybe I can continue profiting off of Tesla. But nah, it took my money. So, with that being said, I personally am going to continue watching and seeing what NVIDIA does, AMD and Palantir. Palantir does report earnings next week. And so I am curious to see how that does. The last time we were reporting earnings, there was a significant spike in the market. And so I tend to not trade heavily when earnings are coming out. I'll probably grab one or two contracts, but I don't like to put all my eggs in a basket because earnings are a hit or miss. You could think it's going to do really well, and the next thing you know, even if the reportings come out great, it still can go down. So earnings is a little bit weird, and I've learned that the hard way. So hear me out. Don't put all your eggs in a basket. Don't think that just because an earnings report is going to come out and you think it's going to be good, that automatically means that the stock is going to fly. So, those are the ones that I'm going to be watching. I also kind of wanted to talk a little bit more again on the personal side. I do this on some videos. Usually I like to keep things stock oriented or financial literacy oriented, or stick to a specific topic, but there are times where I like to talk about a little bit more personal things so you guys can get to know me, and then for my friends and family who watch, so that you can keep up with some of the things that have been going on in my life. So this last month in July was actually a really great month for me, not only with my stocks and all the investing that I've been doing, but also I celebrated so many different things. My brother's birthday was the 1st, my niece's birthday was the 15th, and my mom's birthday was just yesterday, the 31st. So I was able to spend some time with my family. I also had a work trip. So I went out to California and did the program close for a program that I actually talked about in my first video ever here on YouTube back in January. I did mention it was one of the goals. One of my goals was to have a successful launch. And so another goal that came up was to have a successful close. And really excited for how the program went. We actually were able to survey and got an NPS score of 95, which is pretty unheard of. It is something that is really, really impactful in the training and development space. So I'm definitely very proud to be, a part of a team that is really just really genuine when it comes to training. Like, we are not just doing this to be like, okay, in corporate, there are certain teams that, you just want to check the boxes off, and it's like, okay, we did training on this, we did training on that. No, we are very intentional with the time spent. And so this 6-month program is something that we all, and by all I mean these, me and then 2 other of my colleagues who I work closely with, we all really believe in the program, and we really believe that people that come and put their all into these trainings come out of it better than they started. So really excited about that. And then also I went to Jersey for a wedding. So I went to my childhood best friend's wedding, and it was absolutely stunning. I mean, not only just watching them get married and, do their vows, and just that shared love that I felt was so beautiful. Like, this is someone that I've known since I was literally in kindergarten. And I moved away, so I'm originally from New Jersey. I was born there. And then I moved to Florida when I was like 10 years old. But I stayed in touch with 2 of my best friends. Actually, they're twins. One of them got married. But just to be able to have someone that you've known for that long and witness them get married and be in love and, celebrate with them, that was just such a beautiful moment for me. And I'm very, very grateful for that friendship. And it's people like that that make everything else that is going on in life seem so kind of like it's almost like when you start to realize that life is just a constant evolution and a constant change, and you can't really control much, it makes those moments, and it makes you feel more present in those moments. So when I was at the wedding, I really felt very present in the moment. I wasn't thinking about work. I wasn't thinking about anything else that was going on in life. I was just really there and really thoroughly enjoyed that. So that was a beautiful moment. And then the last thing that happened that I was really, really happy about was I was able to go to my godfather's grave, who's buried in New Jersey. He passed away from cancer 18 years ago. I still try to go out and visit him. And I actually went with his wife, who I hadn't seen pretty much in 18 years since he passed. And we spent a lot of time together talking about life and talking about my godfather and who he was and how impactful he was in my life. And I still say that he's my guardian angel. He's someone that I feel very, very close to me, and I really truly feel him sometimes. And so she actually ended up surprising me, and she had one of his chains. So he always wore like these gold chains, and she had one of them that had his initial, an E, And she actually brought it with her and gifted it to me and said that this is something that my godfather actually wanted me to have. And it took 18 years for me to receive it, but it was such a beautiful moment. We cried, we laughed. It was one of the best things that came out of this trip. And yeah, I'm just really grateful for the fact that she decided to give it to me after all these years and that we were able to spend time together. So yeah. Well, with that being said, July was a great month. I'm very lucky to not only have had the best trading month of my trading career, but also I've been able to spend time with my friends, with my family, the wedding, the work trip, all of it went really, really well. And so even though today, August 1st, was an interesting way to start the year by it being my worst trading day, I'm not going to let that set the tone for the rest of the month. I'm going to, do proper risk management, reanalyze everything, see how the market is reacting to all the news that's coming out. And yeah, I'm hoping that maybe in August I'll do better than last month. And if not, there's still so many months left. And as long as I am being disciplined and consistent, that is truly what matters. So if you're out there and you are maybe considering quitting your trading journey, or you had a bad day, a bad week, a bad month, a bad year, we've all been there before. I don't think you should quit. If anything, just pause, analyze what you're doing, reflect, journal, and then get right back to it, because the opportunities in the market is something that, unless you are truly in there and you're seeing this day in and day out, you don't know what you're missing out on. And so the things that I've seen, I can't unsee, and I will just continue to refine this skill set, and I will get better and better every single day, every single week, every single month, every single year. And yeah, I'm very, very excited for what's to come in the future. So if this is your first time watching my videos, I encourage you to watch some of my shorts where I highlight what should be on your watch list. And if you do like videos like this, go ahead and subscribe for more. Peace.